Okay, you are live, ma'am.
Good morning. I call to order the Academic Affairs Committee meeting. President Ross, will you give us the invocation?
Sure, may we bow. Oh, gracious Father, we thank you for giving us this day. Thank you for watching over all of us and our families and the Alabama State University. We ask that you come into this meeting and give us the wisdom to do the business of Alabama State for our most precious resource, our students. We ask these and other blessings in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Okay. Will you also establish a quorum?
Sure, Madam Chairwoman.
And Trustee Hudson, I think that is yours that we hear in the background.
Right. Chairwoman McCord.
Present.
Trustee Gore. Trustee Fleming. Trustee Hudson.
Present.
Trustee Lumsey.
Present.
You have a quorum, Madam Chairwoman.
Thank you. We're at the adoption of the agenda portion. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
So move. Second.
It's been moved and properly second. President Ross, roll call vote, please.
Chairwoman McCord.
Yes.
Trustee Gore. Trustee Fleming. Trustee Hudson. Trustee
Yes. Yes.
Motion carries, Madam Chairwoman.
Thank you so much. Now we're at our minutes from our January 17, 2025 meeting. Is there a motion to approve them as printed?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Been moved and properly second. Roll call vote, please.
Chairwoman McCord.
Yes.
Trustee Gore. Trustee Fleming.
Yes.
Trustee Hudson. Trustee Lumsey.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Motion carries, Madam Chairwoman.
Thank you so much. We're now at our action items, and our first action item is the online course delivery MOJAC policy. Dr. Wakesa, you're leading the charge today, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is there any questions about this policy? Okay. Then I'll entertain a motion to approve the policy as written.
So move. Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Roll call vote, please.
Chairwoman McCord.
Yes.
Trustee Gore. Trustee Fleming.
Yes.
Trustee Hudson.
Yes. Yes.
Trustee Lumsey.
Yes.
Motion carries,
Sorry.
Madam Chairwoman.
Thank you. We're now at the undergraduate catalog that has been updated. The college has taken on a momentous task in getting the catalog updated. It is now presented with some changes from what you received in your onboard. Those changes are just changes as it relates to the board and making the appropriate corrections. Is there any further discussion or questions that you all may have?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
if it is appropriate for me to ask a question.
Right now, yes, ma'am.
Thank you. How does the action your committee is taken, I guess, line up with what will happen later in governance?
You mean with the student handbook?
Yes, so these are separate and independent?
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions? Then I'll entertain a motion.
Madam Chairwoman,
Yes.
the catalog is for information. I don't know that you all have been approving the catalog. It was provided for information.
Okay. I thought it was an action item.
No.
So are you saying that we don't have to approve the catalog?
That's correct.
Oh, okay. Well, moving right along. Is there anything, Dr. Wakesa, you'd like to say about the undergraduate catalog?
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Trustee McCord. And from Academic Affairs, I'd also like to express our congratulations to your recent appointments. to the Montgomery County Circuit Court. We are really proud of you.
Thank you so much.
So just a few items about the undergraduate catalog. The undergraduate catalog that we currently have expires in 2025, and therefore this is for the next 3 years. And you did receive a printed copy of the document. The issue is that the document is actually in a watermark system, and it does not print correctly as it would be on this system. So if you'd like to see how it looks like, you can log on to our ASU website and look at the undergraduate catalog, and that's what it actually looks like when it's loaded into the system.
Okay. Anything else? All right. Is there anything you'd like to say about the graduate catalog?
So the graduate catalog, I'm going to defer to Dr. Brisk to quickly say something about it.
Yes, good morning, everyone. It was actually this time a big task to revise the graduate catalog because we got to add a whole new program, and that is the new Doctorate of Occupational Therapy. So when the new catalog was published, you'll see that whole new program in there. So we're very excited about that. This will be the first time it shows up in the catalog.
And when will it be published?
The goal is
soon. Once all the go ahead, Dr. Kessler.
So the goal is once the information has been once we are through with this session, we'll go ahead and make the changes and publish the document through Watermark.
Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Now, academic affairs update and highlights. Dr. Wakesa.
Thank you, ma'am. Again, so for today, we have decided to highlight the College of Health Sciences based on all the news that has been out about our PT and OTD program. So we have Dr. Poti from the Dean from the College of Health Sciences to give us a brief presentation about what's happening within the College of Health Sciences. So I'd like to call Dr. Poti.
Dr. Poti. You're recognized.
Good morning. Am I sharing my screen? I know I provided a copy of my PowerPoint. Okay, wonderful. Great. Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to highlight the College of Health Sciences. Whenever I have an opportunity to speak about my colleges, it is an exciting time for me. And I know that I was told to be limited to 10 minutes, so I'm going to try to do that. But when I have the opportunity to brag on my program, sometimes that's hard to do. This morning, I would like to give an overview of our physical therapy and occupational therapy programs. And I'm just going to begin with definitions, if you will. And if you were to just put it in a nutshell, physical therapy, we are movement specialists. So any disabilities or impairments that you may have that cause a limitation in your movement caused by pain or disability, we are the experts to basically get you on your feet and get you going again. Occupational therapy is a little bit different. It does also deal with impairments as well as disabilities, but they focus more on the ADLs. And when we say ADLs, we're referring to dressing, bathing, grooming, eating, those sorts of things. So we are your specialists to get you going again. Next slide, please. Okay. Well, the physical therapy and occupational therapy, as many of you may recall, celebrated 25 years this year. And as you can see, or may remember, some of you, that the programs were established as a result of the Knight versus Alabama decree in 1995, which dealt with discrimination discrimination in the state of Alabama in terms of equality within the schools. And you can see that for physical therapy, the first class was admitted in 1999. The first chair was Dr. Chapman. The first cohort consisted of only 4 students. And I'm so proud to say that one of those students is actually a faculty member in our program now, Dr. Veronica Jackson. Also, we achieved our accreditation in physical therapy in 2002, and we transitioned to the DPT in 2006. You can see the list of our inaugural faculty. In occupational therapy, the program was established in 98 with Dr. Toole as the chair, initial accreditation in 2002, and transitioned to the master's in 2007, and recently to the OTD in 2024. As you can see, the inaugural faculty, and I am proud to say that we had long-term faculty retention. Our most recent retiree, Dr. Davis, who's the original faculty member, retired last year. And this is Occupational Therapy Month, by the way. Next slide, please. Okay. Just a quick overview of our mission. We are committed to developing generalists. That is the goal of both PT and OT. The expectation is that you're kind of a jack of all trades. You know a whole lot or a little bit about a lot of things. And then once you graduate, you can specialize in certain areas, and we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But our goal is to develop lifelong learners who practice with cultural humility in a global society, and our focus is on underserved and underrepresented populations. And we target certainly the city of Montgomery, the state of Alabama, the state, and also our global community as well, our nation as well as our global community. Next slide, please. Okay, as I mentioned, once students graduate from our program, you have the opportunity of specializing in certain areas or becoming certified in certain areas. And you can see from our list of experts here, these are our faculty members, and they specialize or have board certification in a number of areas: neurology, dry needling, lymphedema, strength training. Dr. Dunlap, who is actually a medical physician who has surgical critical care background in vascular surgery. Dr. Jackson, wound care. Dr. Rim, kinesiology and biomechanics, and Dr. Osborne in risk management. And I will say that we are unique and proud to have Dr. Dunlap on board. It is quite unusual or special, I should say, not unusual, but special to have a physician as a part of a physical therapy faculty. Next slide, please. So here you can see a list of our outcomes. We are required certainly to keep track of this important data. And you can see that our graduation or retention rate is high, as well as our licensure rate for board certification. Certainly both PT and OT have to acquire licensure for practice. And I'm so proud to say with physical therapy, you can see that our ultimate pass rate is currently at 87%. This is an increase of over 60% from 2022 and 2023. Physical therapy and occupational therapies are programs that are hands-on. So I will say that COVID, as well as just a change in the curriculum that was implemented, resulted in a downturn for our pass rate. But as you can see, as I said, we've increased by over 60%. And we expect that we will return to our average of about 95% with our next graduating class in August. Next slide, please. Okay, our legacy. Certainly, our students and graduates are doing wonderful things. Here you see Doctors Carmen and Jawan Cox. They are both graduates of the PT program. They are doing wonderful things with their wellness center. They've developed a physio trivia game. They were featured in Shout Out Atlanta. And so you can, I'm just giving you a snippet really of the wonderful things that our graduates are doing. I want to point out one item in particular, which is the partnership that Dr. Cleve Carter, who's one of our PTs, has with Medical Outreach Ministries. And it is our goal for the department to partner with them, which we would provide pro bono services once a week. And this would be an additional clinical education experience for our students. You can see some other accomplishments of our graduates. Dr. Kirkland, who is not only a private practitioner, but a city commissioner in Dothan. And we have Tiffany Crutcher, who is the founder and president of the Terrence Crutcher Foundation. And also Dr. Julian McGee, who is at WashU and is actually the associate director of diversity, equity, and inclusion there. And again, just many, many, many graduates that I could mention to you in terms of their accomplishments, and it will have a lasting legacy for the physical therapy program here at Alabama State. Slide. As I kind of alluded to, in terms of community outreach and engagement, you can see here just another, minimal list, because there's many more that could be added, of activities that we're involved in, to use the president's phrase, community activities. And these are some of our outreach activities with various organizations within the city, state. I will say that one of the items that I'm particularly proud of is PT Moves Me. This involves our students, where they actually go out into high schools and they will present the profession of physical therapy in a fun and interactive way. This is a national initiative by the American Physical Therapy Association, and it gives high schoolers as well as middle school students an opportunity to learn a little bit about physical therapy in terms of what we do. And I'm a firm believer that the earlier we introduce them to it, the more likely that they will be involved. Also, I'm proud to say the Ben Knight annual 5K run is an event that is enjoyed by the community. Ben Knight was a student who was a part of our program who unfortunately was killed before he could actually obtain his license and begin his practice as a physical therapist. And his parents join us each year for that 5K run. And again, you can see a list of many of the other activities that we participate in, such as the ability games and volunteer services at various locations. Next slide. Okay, again, highlighting some of our shining stars here in the College of Health Sciences. Most recently, about 2 weeks ago now, the National Society of Allied Health held its annual conference, and 6 awards were given to Alabama State. 5 of the 6 were for physical therapy and occupational faculty and or students. So you can see those listed here. I'm proud to say that I was also the recipient of the Lucy Blair Service Award given by the American Physical Therapy Association, which is a very high honor. And I was also selected to be the Linda Woodruff Lecturer for the National Physical Therapy Lecture on Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. So I'm very proud of both of those things. Okay, next slide. Okay, and okay. Let's give me one more click. Okay, all right. In terms of the future of physical therapy and occupational therapy, both professions are in huge demand. As the population ages, as the baby boomers enter a time where they're retiring, they're staying active longer, then that creates a need for rehabilitation. So we have job security. So physical therapy and occupational therapy will be around. You can see here from the Bureau of Labor Statistics that the growth is expected to be 14% for PT, 11% for OT. You can see the list of job openings for PT and OT. PT at over 13,000 and OT at nearly 10,000. And you can see the mean and median salary for both PT and OT. So it is a great profession that certainly can be lucrative in terms of salary. I will say that that does vary. You see here, like I said, the mean and median salary, it does depend partly on the state in which you work and the practice setting in which you work. As you can imagine, if you're in a private practice setting, your salary will be a little higher than what you're seeing here. Then certainly in terms of states that have a lower cost of living, then you may see a slight reduction, and those that have a higher cost of living, you'll see a higher salary. So physical therapy and occupational therapy are great professions.
Thank you, Dr. Portier.
Last slide is right on
Dr.
time.
Portier.
Is last slide. Thank you. Questions and answers. Thank you, Trustee McCord.
Thank you.
Yes.
So my question is,
Yes.
has our amount of interest in our program, have we seen a decrease or an increase in admissions or requests for admissions?
I will say that in terms of our programs, our applications for physical therapy have not decreased significantly. Occupational therapy, certainly there's been a little bit of a reduction, but that is kind of expected with the new program. The way the process works is that you will receive candidacy status, which means you're not fully accredited until the first cohort of students is about to graduate. So certainly that creates some reluctancy in terms of applicants. We're expected to receive, we have no doubt, I am confident that we will receive that accreditation. And at that time, I expect that our applications will increase as well in occupational therapy. I will say that we do have increased competition in the area. Faulkner has opened or started a new PT program recently, and they're also pursuing an occupational therapy program. And also Auburn is looking at a physical therapy program. So we do have increased competition in the area.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
Madam Chair, I have a question.
Yes.
Is that Auburn Montgomery AUM, or is that the main campus Auburn?
Well, there is some conflict in terms of that. It's my understanding that it was Montgomery and that there was some pushback regarding that. I do know that we have the opportunity within the field of physical therapy that when we see a program that's being started, that we are given the opportunity to provide feedback to our accreditation agency as it relates to the proximity of another school. Because that creates a huge competition for clinical sites, which are limited, and direct competition. So there has been some pushback in terms of AUM. And the last word that I received was that they may be looking at Auburn, the Auburn location.
Any other questions? Thank you, Dr. Porty.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Portier and Trustee McCall. So we do have another overall presentation, and I know we
Well,
have
let
about
me
6
say
more
this.
minutes to go. So
Hold
we'll
on.
share the
Dr.
slides.
Trustee
Dr.
McCoy.
Wakessa, hold on just 1 second. President Hunter, Dillard, Brown, Brown Dillard.
Trustee McCoy, thank you for that. We were talking about the school catalog, which you didn't approve, but the school catalog actually have a lot of policies in it. Actually, it have policies within policies. So that is something that the Alabama State University Board of Trustees should approve for the university. So if you wouldn't mind, if you would backtrack and approve this catalog so that we can go on record of approving this as we have in the past. And Mr. President, maybe you didn't recall that, and if we didn't approve it at certain time, or I don't know the last time it was updated, but we should approve this policy for the university.
Okay. Committee, you hear President Dillard's comments?
Madam Chairwoman, and not to belabor the point, I understand what you've said, Madam Chairwoman, but of course.
Hold
this
on, can I
discussion-
recognize you?
Yes, ma'am.
Dr. Ross.
Thank you. But of course, because this is a fluid document, we had these discussions about it being information only to the board. But I will yield to the chair lady. But it's a fluid document that could possibly change, and so to have to come back to the board every time, that was the issue.
I totally agree, Chairwoman McCoy.
Okay. Committee members, is there a motion to approve the catalog? And is there a request, Kenny?
Yes.
Okay, what's your take?
Hold on a second. Let me make sure I hit the right button. Come on, Kyoko.
Like I said, we've been dealing with this issue for.
Trustee Edwards, we can hear your conversation, and I don't know that you want us to.
Well, I would want to suggest that there's no downside to this committee approving it, because it would be approved by Academic Affairs, and what may be had, and maybe we would address them as they come forward, you know.
Okay. Hearing University Council's
Somebody made it.
perspective, committee members, is there a motion?
Madam
Chairwoman
Chair.
McCourt,
Yes.
this is Trustee Ware.
Yes.
Can you tell me when was the last time any changes was made to the catalog?
I am unaware of any changes made within the past 3 years.
Okay, so it's not often that we do a lot of changes.
It's local, I'm not, so he can come in.
Danielle, can you mute Trustee Edwards?
Oh, I'm in a meeting,
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
so I'll check with you later, but I'll check with him.
Okay, thank you. I heard another voice. A
Trustee
male voice.
McCoy,
Yes, trustee.
I would
Yep.
just like to add that, and thank you, Trustee Ware, for that comment. But on this policy, like the student catalog, it is an evolving document. So there will be changes, maybe once a year. It's just that we haven't updated this catalog in a number of years. But that's something that it's the board obligation to do as there are changes to the catalog. And so we would update yearly as those changes occur, as we would the student catalog.
Hearing our presidents of the board's request, hearing the attorneys of the university saying that it does not hurt to approve it, and committee members, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I move that we approve the Alabama State University catalog as printed.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and properly second. Roll call vote.
Chairwoman McCourt,
Yes.
Trustee Gore, Trustee Fleming, Trustee Hudson,
Yes.
Trustee Lumsey.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, it's been approved. Now, Dr. Wakessa, if you will send us your PowerPoint, we will look at it and we will ask any questions through the appropriate channels. Any other business before the committee? Then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Roll call vote.
Chairwoman McCourt,
Yes.
Trustee Gore, Trustee Fleming,
Yes.
Trustee Hudson, Trustee
Yes.
Lumsey.
Yes.
Okay,